Good morning. Welcome to day 1 of Sun and Moon. Today's practice, we're going to break down Sun Salutations, a few different variations of them. Sun Salutations are a great way to wake up in the morning. They are a full body stretch. You get forward bends, you get back bends, you get a little bit of strength, you get a stretch. So let's begin at the top of the mat in mountain pose. For mountain pose, some like to have their feet hip-width distance apart. That is the feet and the ankles and the heels of the feet right underneath your hip bone point, not so much the width of your hips, although if it feels better for you to widen the stance, this feels a little bit better, you're welcome to do that too. But again, generally right underneath the hip points. And another way is to actually bring your feet together. The insides of your feet touch. And if this feels balanced for you, then that's great. That's the option that I'm going to be taking today. So from mountain pose, let's first just focus on the feeling of the feet touching your mat. While you're here, begin to connect to a flow of breath that is comfortable to you. Feel all 4 corners of your feet grounding down. And then begin to draw your awareness up through your ankles, your legs. Lift the kneecaps to tone the quads. It's not a locking out of the knees. There is a tiny little micro bend in the knees, but it's a lifting of the kneecaps to engage the front of your thighs. So you might even touch your thighs and see if you can feel them firm up a little bit and then relax and feel them soften. We want to feel that firmness. And then bring your awareness to your hip bones, the fronts of your hips. You can touch them if you want to, if that helps you. Think about if you had headlights on your hips, they would point straight forward and maybe even slightly upward. Navel is drawing back and up slightly. There's also a little lift up through the pelvic floor. If that gets tiring, you let it go and bring it back whenever it makes sense for you. The heart space, the sternum, is lifting. And the crown of the head is reaching towards the sky while the chin stays parallel to the floor or maybe tucked in slightly towards your throat. And so there's a lifting happening all through the front of your body. Now we balance that out by feeling the shoulder blades compress down the back body, shoulders away from the ears. You're not really drawing them back too much, maybe just a little bit to avoid slouching, but that's just going to help lift the heart. And then tailbone is lengthening down towards your heels. This is going to help with the tilt of the pelvis, with the hip bones pointing forward and up slightly, with the navel drawing in and up. And then feet are grounding down. So there's a grounding, a downward current of energy in the back of your body. And in a sun salutation, we're seeking to find this mountain pose stance in each posture. Take a couple more breaths here, just feeling your mountain pose. And then we'll begin moving into our sun salutation A. On your inhale, reach your arms either out to the sides and up, or maybe straight forward and up. And bring the palms together up overhead, maybe look towards your thumbs. This is your inhale, and then you exhale, soften your knees, hinge at your hips, and fold into a standing forward fold. If your hands can touch the ground, that's great. If not, no worries. You can use blocks underneath your hands here, or you can just let the arms kind of dangle. This is your exhale. With an inhale, you're going to bring your hands to your shins, straighten the arms, flatten out your back, reach the crown of your head straight forward, your halfway lift, and then use your next exhale to fold again. Bring your hands down to the mat. You might need to bend your knees a lot to do this. That's okay. And you're going to step one foot back at a time into a plank pose. Take a breath in your plank pose. Feel the floor, the mat, the earth underneath your hands. Spread your fingers nice and wide. If this is really tiresome right now, you can lower your knees down. Find that navel drawing in and up. Press the earth away. Feel the shoulders spread across your back body. Reach the crown of the head forward and reach back through the tailbone, or if your knees are lifted, back through the heels. Let's all take another breath in. And then exhale. As you lower to the floor, draw your elbows in towards the sides of your body, all the way down to the mat. Now you can bring your forehead to the mat. Start to inhale, lift your head, press into your hands, lift head and heart, baby cobra. Exhale and lower down. Inhale, lift your head, look past the tip of your nose, lift head and heart. Exhale, baby cobra, and lower down. One more, inhale, and exhale. Now, as you breathe in again, lift head and heart, press into your hands, roll up to something like table pose, tuck the toes, and then send your hips up and back to downward facing dog. I'm walking my feet in just a little bit. Feet are hip-width distance apart or maybe wider if that's more comfortable to you. Allow for a little bend of the knees. Think about trying to maintain that straight, long spine. Release the weight of your head. And focus a little bit less on straight legs. A lot of people here really want the legs to be straight, but then they're really rounding out through the back. Lift the hip bones, lengthen up through the tailbone. Bend the knees as much as you need to, and then let the heels be heavy, which again does not necessarily mean that the legs straighten, right? Press the earth away with your hands. My hands are starting to slip. I'm going to walk them in a little bit. A couple more breaths here. Full body stretch. And this is your downward facing dog. With your next inhale, look towards your hands, and you're going to take as many steps as you need to come back to a forward fold. Whenever you get into that forward fold, you're going to inhale to lift halfway, and then exhale to fold again. From here, press into your feet, bend your knees as much as you need to, start to roll up through your spine like a rag doll, from the base of your spine all the way to the top. And after your hands pass your knees, you can reach your arms up overhead, upward salute right where we started, and then exhale, hands come to heart center. We're going to do that a couple more times, and we're going to speed it up. We might even take out some of those pauses that were in there before. So if you're familiar with Sun Salutations, this might be a little bit more fluid for you. If you're new to Sun Salutations, take as many breaths as you need, but try to find your rhythm. So starting in mountain pose, on your next inhale, reach your arms up, look towards your thumbs if that's comfortable. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to lift halfway. Exhale, plant your palms, step back, plank pose. Now, I invited you to take another breath in. You can do that again because I know I'm still talking here, but usually that full exhale is going to bring you to the belly. So let's go ahead. Exhale, lower to the belly. Inhale, baby cobra. Just one this time. And then exhale, press into your hands. Come through table, tuck the toes, send your hips high and back. Downward dog. 5 breaths. Focus on how your body feels. Feel the strength that you're creating, the stretch that you're creating. Feel your hands and your feet ground down into the mat, and everything else is lifting away from the earth to the sky. One more inhale and exhale. Inhale, look towards your hands. Take as many steps as you want to come to the top of your mat in a forward fold. And keep using that inhale to lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, press into your feet. You can bend your knees a little bit. Reach your arms up, upward salute. And exhale, hands come to your heart center. One more like that. On your inhale, reach your arms out and up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway. And exhale, plant the palms. Step your feet back. Use that exhale to bring you all the way to the belly. Inhale, baby cobra, or maybe this time you straighten out the arms. You press into the tops of your feet to lift the thighs away from the mat. Upward dog, lift your chin, look past your nose. Exhale, press into the tops of your feet. Lift your hips high and back. Step onto the soles of your feet, and you're in downward facing dog. 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Use your inhale to look forward and step up, and to lift halfway. 1 fluid movement here. Exhale and fold. Press into your feet, reach up, upward salute. Exhale, hands to heart center. Notice how you feel. Take a little rest. You can release your arms, release your hands. Now, the next variation of sun salutations that we're going to practice adds on a little bit. It's called classical sun salutations. These are the hatha yoga variation of sun salutations, and they include some lunges, and they also include a possibility for a different variation of a back bend. So let's go ahead and break it down like we did before, and then we'll do a couple more. So from your mountain pose, find that upward current of energy in the front body, downward current of energy in the back body. Inhale, reach your arms up, upward salute. Familiar. Exhale, forward fold. Also maybe a little familiar. You might be lengthening through the hamstrings a little bit more now. Maybe you can have the legs a little bit straighter. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, plant your palms. Step just your right foot back. Lower your right knee, lunge into the front knee. Inhale, reach your arms forward and up. Low lunge. And then exhale, hands come back down to frame the front foot. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, plant the palms, and step back. Take a breath in. And then this is our different variation of a back bend. Lower your knees, lift the tailbone, kind of like a cow pose if you're familiar, lifting the heart. Bend your elbows in towards your side body. Lower the chest and the chin to the mat. This is called knees, chest, chin. Inhale, press into your hands, slide forward, lift head and heart, baby cobra, or upward dog like we practiced before, right? Exhale, press into the tops of your feet, lift your hips up high and back. Downward dog. You can also come through a table and lift up to downward dog like that. And so now we make our way back up to the top of the mat, going through those poses reversed. So you're going to look towards your hands and step your right foot between your hands as much as you can. You might want to use your right hand to help that foot come forward, and you might have to lift up onto the fingertips or use your blocks under your hands. Lower your left knee down. Inhale, arms forward and up. And then exhale, hands come down. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. Inhale, step up. Inhale, lift halfway. So it's 1 fluid movement. And then exhale, fold again. Inhale, press into your feet, rise up, upward salute. And hands come to heart center on the exhale. So it's a little bit more up-down movement. If that is causing dizziness, or if it just feels like a little bit too much cardio this early, stick with the Sun A's or just do what you can, right? We're going to do a couple more, starting on the opposite side. Inhale, upward salute. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, plant the palms. This time, left foot steps back first. Lower the left knee, lunge into the front knee. Inhale, arms forward and up. Exhale, plant the palms, tuck the back toes, step the right knee back. Knees, chest, chin. This is an exhale. Take as many breaths as you need, though. Inhale, slide forward, baby cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. As you take a breath here, I also want you to know that while you have the option to do the table before downward dog, you also have the option to just do that chaturanga, or that lower to the belly, before or instead of the knees, chest, chin option. Okay, so we started by stepping the left foot back, so we're going to inhale, look forward, step the left foot forward. Exhale, lower the back knee. Inhale, arms forward and up. Exhale, hands come down. Inhale, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, step up. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, press into your feet, rise up, upward salute. And exhale, hands come to your heart center. Notice how you feel. Feel your heart rate. Starting to move the energy in the body, waking up everything from the inside out. Okay, the last variation of Sun Salutations that we'll practice today are Sun Salutation B. So this also includes a lunge, but we're not going to be lowering the back knee, and we're not going to take that lunge right away. It contains twice as many vinyasas, which are those upward dog to downward dog transitions. So again, if you're feeling lightheaded, or if you feel like this is a little bit too much for your morning, just stick with what you can and breathe. That is the most important thing, is to breathe, right? So come to mountain pose at the top of your mat. Feel the floor, the earth underneath your feet. Upward current of energy in the front body, downward current of energy in the back body. With your next inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, plant the palms, step back, plank pose. Very similar to that first Sun Salutation we did. You can keep the knees lifted. Exhale, lower to the floor. You can always lower them. Inhale, baby cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Now, this is our first lunge. You're going to inhale, look towards your hands, step the right foot between your hands, turn on the back foot so the foot comes to a parallel with the back edge of your mat as you're lunging into this front knee. Use your inhale to reach your arms forward and up, palms come together or are a beach ball distance apart from one another, and you look towards your hands. Use your exhale to frame the front foot with your hands. Come onto the ball joint of that back foot. Step your right foot back. You can take a breath in here. And then exhale, lower to the belly or chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Doing that lunge on the other side. Inhale, step the left foot forward. Turn on the back foot so it's parallel to the back edge of your mat. Keep lunging into this front knee. Use your inhale. Reach your arms forward and up. Exhale. Plant your palms. Step your left foot back. Lower to the ground. This is an exhale. Inhale. Cobra or up dog. Exhale. Downward facing dog. 5 breaths. With your next inhale, look towards your hands. Exhale, step to the top of your mat. Inhale to lift halfway. Exhale, take a fold. Inhale, root to rise, upward salute. And exhale, hands to your heart center. Pause. Notice how you feel. And so that was a lot of work, perhaps, or maybe you thought it was easy. Personally, for me, Sun Salutations are very invigorating. They are strengthening, they are stretchy, they give me kind of like an espresso shot in the morning, but through yoga. So to kind of wrap all of that up, we're going to lay down on our mats for Shavasana, just letting the body receive the practice and letting the nervous system calm down, letting the mind calm down, starting with a clean slate once we get off of our mat, right? So just start to make your way down to your mat. Turn yourself around and lower all the way down onto your back. For some folks, it might be better for you to just keep the feet on the mat like a constructive rest, or you could extend your legs out long. Let your hands and your arms rest wherever's comfortable to you. And close your eyes, soften your jaw, and let this first practice of our journey together sink in. Feel your breath return to a natural, calm rhythm. Feel your heart rate begin to return to its natural rhythm as well. And let the arms and the legs be heavy, let the head be heavy. So you're not doing any work here. You're just resting. And we'll be here for a few more breath cycles in silence. And this is one of the most important parts of your practice, to just integrate and be. And so please just give yourself permission to be as you are for a little bit of more time. Begin to bring your awareness back to your breath now. Start to wiggle fingers and toes. Roll wrists and ankles around in circles, going one way and then the other. Start to draw your knees into your body. You can wrap your arms around your knees and rock a little bit side to side. Let this rocking motion land you onto one side. You can use your bottom arm as a little cushion. And let the top hand just rest in front of you on the earth. Tuck your knees in towards your body, a little fetal pose. Honor this moment of transition. And then on an inhale, with as much ease as you can, you're going to extend your top leg, press down into your top hand, help yourself come all the way back up to a seat. And whenever you arrive in your seat, just take a moment to notice how you feel, notice the effect of the practice. Starting your day off with connection to your breath, connection to your body, creating space for all that you want to call in today, all that you want to receive. And then when you're ready, palms come together in front of your heart space, and we'll close this first practice together by saying Namaste.